Welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds, and welcome to the wonderful world of Seddon Park. This is the home of cricket in the Waikato, and I'm excited to be here. Glenn, what are we here for?
Nice to see you, Shane. Yeah, very excited, mate. As you say, the home of cricket. It's on the board right there. We've got a test match here starting next Saturday, and let's hope it's a decider because we're one down, Hagley passed last week, and of course today is the second test in Wellington. So let's bring the decider here to Hamilton, which will be awesome. Yeah. And what else we're doing? We're meeting KJ, our good friend KJ.
Yeah, he's a turf manager here. He's also, you'll know him well, he's our brand ambassador. We love KJ, and we've come to grill him and get his insights about pitch preparation ahead of the third test match.
Yeah, they're pretty busy in there. I know they're doing all sorts of prep in there, and I'm looking forward to learning a thing or two about how they get ready for a test match.
Yeah, let's head in and go have a chat to KJ.
Let's do it.
All right, we're inside the wonderful Seddon Park with our good friend KJ. How's things, mate?
Very good. Welcome, mate.
Yeah, cheers.
See you, KJ.
Nice to see you, Glenn. Yeah, look, it's we're pretty special here in Hamilton to have this beautiful venue, and I guess I'm pretty lucky to work in a great place. And this is my office, so
yeah,
you know, it is an amazing wee place, and just Hamilton really punches above its weight for the game that we get, which is really cool. So we love having international cricket, and we've got obviously some pretty big games coming up.
Yeah, it's exciting times, and for people that don't know Seddon Park, it is kind of in the heart of Hamilton, isn't it? We're right by the CBD, and walking in here today, it's a beautiful day, and it feels lovely to be in here. I can imagine this being your office, as you mentioned. It must feel pretty nice to come here each day.
We're pretty lucky. We're only 2 blocks to the main street, so you know, the cafes and restaurants and bars and whatever. So after games, people who come to the game like to go in there, and this is pretty cool. Like, there's days when I come in here and I'm the only person here. You know, sometimes at night when we come and do a hand watering of wicket blocks, or Christmas Day or whatever, you come in and you're in this oasis in the middle of the city.
Yeah,
it is pretty special. And you kind of look around and you kind of go, this is not a bad place to work. Yeah,
well, I walked in with Glenn, and I could see I could tell he was reminiscing, because he's actually got history with this place. Yeah,
he's played
here once or twice. I'm going to pass the mic over. I want to
hear more about this. Eh?
Thanks very much. Yeah, cheers for that, Shane. It's always nice to be here. It's such an exciting place, and it looks in magnificent order. I used to work for Trust Bank. KJ will know this. Used to be branded as Trust Bank Park. I think it was Seddon, then Trust Bank, and then Seddon again, I think.
Well, it actually did go through the brands. It went Trust Bank, then Westpac Trust.
Oh, that's right.
Westpac Park. But back now to the original Seddon Park, which is pretty cool.
So I was lucky enough to work for Trust Bank. I played here twice. It was Trust Bank Waikato versus Bay of Plenty. Hit the winning runs, of course, in the final overs. So,
did you beat them?
Of course. Oh, yeah, the mighty Waikato. No, it's beautiful. It was a privilege to be here, and it's just such a nice place to play cricket. So, yeah, very excited about next week's test, of course. Hopefully it's a decider. What do you reckon, KJ?
Yeah, it is cool. And I just want to mention, you talk about, you having an opportunity to play in Seddon Park. Tonight, Friday night, we actually have about 200 children come and play their games of cricket on the outfield, which is really special, and I love the fact that we can do that. And most Friday nights there's lots of kids in here. Kids are making memories, and granddads and grandmas will come down and watch them, and it's pretty cool. So we want this to be a place where people do come and go away, Glenn, like yours, with great memories, of hitting the winning runs.
Absolutely. But on a more serious and scientific note, I think we should get to know that pitch a little bit more intimately. Love to understand KJ's role here, exactly how they prepare for a test match, in particular the middle. So should we go and have a nosy?
Yeah, let's get out there.
Awesome.
All right, so KJ, I'm a pure spectator, so I know nothing about pitches. I'm going to be channeling my greatest Ian Smith, my commentator, getting my commentator on.
That's funny.
Now, with pitches, how early do you begin prepping it before a test match?
Yeah, normally our pitches, we will take a 10-day recipe, which includes the wetting up stage right through to playing it. But I've actually got 12 days in between our last match, which we played a Plunket Shield game on a pitch over there. So we've got a lot longer to prepare it. I actually did start the preparation about 20 days out and just started slowly doing some rolling. And what it is for us is around making sure we've got enough moisture in the base. So we actually take a whole lot of plugs out of it every day, and we cut them up, weigh them, dry them out in the microwave, and it gives us information around things like how much moisture, how hard the pitch is,
Wow, okay.
and how much air is in the profile. So those little numbers that they give us indications around when the best time to roll and get the maximum efficiency of our rolling. So I'm match day -8. Don't ask me what day of the week it is or what date it is, but I know that in 8 days' time we've got a game. So we always talk about match day minus. So I'm at the point now that, as you see the pitch, and everyone goes, oh, it's so green. Well, we're so far out. So we do all of our rolling early in the morning when it's not so hot, because if we were to go on and roll this now, we would start to change the condition of the grass. So test matches is around getting that balance between bat and bowl, first day, and hopefully the wicket will deteriorate over the 5 days so that the spinners or the slow bowlers perhaps come into the end of the game. So it's a real fine line between getting it right and getting it wrong. And a test match is the absolute ultimate in what I do, because I'm also tested for 5 days. So so it's and playing England next week, it doesn't get any better. The Barndominium will be here on the embankment. There'll be trumpeters going and the flags that they bring, and it is pretty special. And so this is a big one.
Yeah, I was curious because I knew that when we were chatted at our work dinner just a couple of weeks ago, you said that the Plunket Shield match was here, and I was curious about how you prepared after that. But you actually are moving the whole pitch, so you played over here, and now you're moving the pitch to here.
Yeah, so we've got on the middle here we have 10 pitches in total, and all those 10 will be in different stages depending on when they're ready to be used. So we do a pitch plan, so I know what games I'm going to play on which, and the TV will dictate which pitch it might be. So this one here is actually right in the middle of the ground. So the pitch block isn't as it looks right in the middle, but this pitch is. So it's about those sort of things. What I can't do is the next pitch can't be next door, because it gets a whole lot of wear from the batters running up and down on it for 5 days. We're not allowed to put water on those strips either during the game, so they do get quite a bit of damage. So our next pitch will be a few pitches that way, and we'll let this one recover and stuff like that. So it is actually quite a job to organise which pitch we play on. But I know exactly right now for the rest of the season where we play.
For the different formats, obviously a test match format, is the grass cut shorter versus a short format?
No, good question, but no, it's not. All it is around the short format, we actually bruise the grass up. So we'll get to the pitch quite hard, and then we'll do a lot of fast rolling, and we'll do it under the sun.
Right.
And that leaf of the, you learn lots about turf over the last few years, mate. Hey, the leaf gets bruised because the surface is so hard underneath that it's been bruised from the roller.
Right.
So we actually kind of crush the leaf.
Yep.
And it changes colour that way. So we don't shave it down as what people think we do. Currently we're cutting this wicket at 13 mils, and we may go down lower. I don't have anything set in concrete what I do. It's all around the numbers we get around our science side of it, also the art of what we do. And I sort of talk about my job as being an art and a science, and I sort of need a bit of both. So I've been doing it for a few years now, so you get to know what it should look like, and we get scrutinised to the absolute max. I
bet you do.
Leading into the test match next week, this is 60 square metres. It's a 20 metre by 3 metre piece of real estate that will get a huge amount of a lot of people making comments about it or having a look at it, and so it is she's a lot of retention on it.
I'm sure there's a lot of expert turf managers out there watching cricket. So traditionally for Seddon Park here in the Waikato, and with the weather and the nature of this, everything that goes into this pitch, does it normally favour seamers, or do we, like you say, when it breaks up or deteriorates, then the spinners come in? What's it famous for here? Do you normally deliver a seamers pitch?
To be honest, probably for batting, to be honest.
Right, okay. Yep.
The condition, quite often, like captains and coaches will often seek information from me around how we think the pitch will play. Quite often I tell them to look up, because the overhead conditions can ensure swing bowling.
Of course.
And also the humidity can get pretty hot here. So quite often it's look up, not look down, when they when they go to make a decision around winning the toss and what they're going to do. There's been the captain's gone, thank God I lost that toss, I didn't want to have to make a decision. Which I actually quite like, because I think if I've got it that they're not sure whether they want to battle bowl, so I think it's actually quite cool that it's going to. And New Zealand test pitches traditionally have been quite green, and we use ryegrass on our wickets, so
Okay.
that's the reason why. And we need the sort of the live grass for our pace. When the ball hits, it actually kisses on. So that's why you'll see, in comparison to say, India or Pakistan, those sort of places. Yeah. So we do run a lot of grass. We do when we have Asian teams play here. They come out and normally the first question is your mower broken? Do you own a mower?
It's too green.
Yeah. But it's no different. The Basin Reserve have the same, and Hagley. Our wickets are normally reasonably green.
Pretty green, famous for the nice lush green. You mentioned rye on the pitch. Is the outfield the same grass? Excuse me, ignorance.
Yes, it is. Exactly, it is. Yeah. So that's Spartacus ryegrass from PGG, and the outfield is the same. So the outfield's cut at 13 mil as well. We cut the outfield every day. We remove the clippings because it's actually a sand carpet, so the drainage of it's pretty good. So and lots of fertilising, and we'll spray a lot of foliar fertilisers for TV, and these days now they have drones over the top taking. You want it to be looking pretty cool. So I know my boys and how straight they can mow. We take pride in. You turn the TV on, you want to see that.
Well, it's your time to shine, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's our city's time to shine. So there's a ryegrass everywhere in New Zealand here for us.
So KJ, we had a bit of rain last night. Are you needing to cover this each night? That's quite important.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So quite a lot of what we do is actually the covering, like the amount of manpower. So we've got a large team, and we're 7 days a week. So like match day minus 20 is when we started. So there's always someone here, something need to be done. Yeah, if it does rain, we do cover. I'm at the point now where this wicket's actually starting to dry out pretty quick. So I'm going to do a little bit of verticutting today on this, sort of remove some of the grass, and then I'm actually going to go and really re-wet it again and start again, and just keep building up our densities. So that's where all the science that we do that gives us the indications around what we need to do and when we need to do it. So
how many people do you have?
There's 11 of us. We look after here Seddon Park, FMG Stadium Waikato, the Chiefs training grounds at Ruakura, and we do a little bit of work around Clawlands Event Centre. So, 11 people sounds a lot of people, but we're 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So we run a roster. We have a minimum of 6 people in every day. Time you have someone on annual leave, we do struggle. We do need to have a large number of people for pulling the covers, because on a windy, wet, horrible day, they are, they're not easy to manage.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of our jobs. So, I always tell a lot of people say, you've got the greatest job in the world, you watch a lot of cricket. So when it's like this and we're playing cricket, it is the greatest job in the world. Not so good when it's hosing out with the rain, we're out here trying to battle. This block here is fully clay, so it can't get wet. This pitch can't get wet. So if those things do, they will wreck the game.
Yeah.
So making sure that we protect it and then get them off and get cricket started as quick as we can, because it's such a commercialised product these days, and it's going all around the world that there's millions of people watching. So we need to be playing cricket.
Yeah. So I'm curious, the first match was at Hagley Oval, Christchurch. Second one is starting today, Basin Reserve in Wellington, and then Seddon Park. How does this pitch differ from those, and do they differ because of the environments?
Yeah, they do. Hagley is a different clay to this. So they use a kakanui clay, which is a swelling. It's a dark black, or it's a black clay from from Oamaru way. So theirs is a different clay. The Basin Reserve is the same clay as this. So this is Patamahoe. So their conditions are probably similar. Although their environment is really different to ours. I mean, they don't have the humidity. Obviously, they have a lot of wind, so they get a lot of drying, real quick drying with the wind. So they do play differently, but probably the basin in here probably reasonably similar to how the pitch will play, but the conditions are different over here. So that's probably the difference. But Hagley is, it's pretty quick and pretty bouncy, that wicket there, and again we're so lucky in New Zealand. We've got some beautiful cricket grounds, and having grass embankments and grandstands in there, it's awesome. With the English being here, one of the things that we do is we allow the crowd onto the outfield at lunchtime, which I love doing, because I can remember as a kid going to Lancaster Park in Christchurch myself. didn't go there for the cricket. I went there because I had my own bat and ball at lunchtime. So it's something that we've kept doing. And the English visitors, when they come here, they just get blown away that we allow them on the outfield. They're out here in their hundreds, hand up, asking questions, and it's pretty cool. So
that's cool.
It is really
Good
special.
experience. You wouldn't see that at Lord's, I wouldn't think.
No.
So back to that, you've got full-time 11 people. If you obviously if you're needing a part-timer, I can mow a pretty straight line. Just sort of get that out there.
How straight are you, Glenn?
Well,
as he gives it the wiggle.
No drone footage.
No drone footage.
Yeah.
So obviously the star of the show is the pitch, but the outfield is extremely important as well, I suppose. So what's the situation with the outfield, KJ?
Yeah, so you're right. I mean, I guess the stage is the pitch, but the outfields now with health and safety around sport is coming massive for us, and we one of the key criteria is that the outfield drains as quick as it can. So we are testing how fast this ground will drain all the time, infiltration rates. You'll see we've got a machine behind us that's about to go past. It's called a verter drain. So it's actually punching holes into the outfield so that if we do get any rain, the water will go through the profile and get away. So again, it's around ensuring that the outfield isn't wet or slippery so that players don't slip over and those sort of things.
Right.
Also too, for 5 days, the bowlers are running in on the run-up and they land on the same place on the outfield every time. So the bowlers' footmarks actually do take a bit of a hammering. So we've actually got, from where we stand up to the wicket block, we've got artificial fibres actually stitched into this part of it, because this is where bowlers start sort of getting ready for their delivery. The bowlers' footmarks on the actual pitch, once the game starts, once the toss has been had, we hand the ground over to the umpires. They're in charge, so they give me instructions of things that we can do. We do at times go in with a sledgehammer and sort of do a bit of panel beating or any high spots, or if they get bad enough, the footmarks, we'll do a footmark repair overnight, and we repair those.
And is that feed?
Is that the Klieg hammer? I've heard of a Klieg
Klieg
hammer.
hammer is for how hard the pitch is, so we can do some testing on that. Or the outfields, we actually test how hard the outfields are as well.
So you're given permission to do that. Is that feedback given from the player to the umpire, and then they'll then communicate that to
so
you?
So the bowlers they'll be talking to the umpire all the time, and the umpires get to the point and go, hey, we need to do something. So they then instruct me to do what they call a footmark repair, and we do that at the end of play, so that it's got time to dry for it in the morning, because it needs to be able to be played on. So because we mix up a bit of a brew.
And in terms of boundary, I know Eden Park is a very small boundary. How does this one compare to the other stadiums around the country?
Oh look, we're not massive here. What does happen, you'll see the picket fence. Inside that will be all the digital signage, so that comes on the inside. From the digital signage to the boundary rope is a 2.75 metre player safety area, so everything's sort of coming in and in. This pitch is pretty much in the middle of the ground. We're going to be around about 63 metres right around the whole ground. So pretty much, it's going to be obviously pretty even. So thereabouts.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we do a lot of mowing, we do a lot of rolling, but there's a whole lot of stuff that goes. I guess that's the science side of it that people don't see.
Yeah.
Taking out plugs and drying them out and getting the numbers, those sort of things. Little things like we have a moisture meter that we go around the outfield every day and we measure how much moisture's in it, and because we'll use that to replace water at night with irrigation. During the actual match, we'll do that, and we try and get the ground back to every morning the same condition as it was for the previous morning, so that both teams are getting the same conditions.
Yeah,
so
interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, KJ, this has been awesome. I've always been looking at this field and wanted to get a closer look. So thanks for your time. But there is one thing that's missing. We are a shed company. We have a strong shed YouTube channel. The people need to see a shed. We've got to give the people what they want. Do you have a shed here that we can have a look at?
I've got a shed. I'm sure that if we go inside, you'll be blown away by what stuff's inside. And let's go
all we need
look
to hear.
at the shed, eh?
Yeah, let's do
awesome.
it. All right, quick look at the shed before we move on to all the toys, because there's plenty here. We're made up of a block wall, which is interesting. Obviously completely different to what we would see. Block wall, timber framing on the walls, but some good old cold rolled steel purlins, which is what we like to see. That's what we're all about, KJ, some cold rolled steel.
You boys love your sheds, eh? Look at you guys, you're like kids at Christmas, eh?
Yeah, hey, we're always keen to see something different.
Oh, look, I mean, a man in a shed, right, eh? Yeah. Well, this is, I guess, part of the job, and we've got some great equipment that we need to store somewhere. Always love a bigger shed.
Hey, you can never get a shed that's too big.
But yeah, but we make do. But yeah, this has been this was here since I've been here for 21 years. This was here in a different setup. It's been expanded. We've gone upstairs, and we can take you up there into the smoker room, and there's some offices downstairs as well. But it's not a massive area. We do have a lot of kit. We are fortunate that we actually have another shed.
Oh, right.
Down at F&G Stadium, Waikato.
Right,
so
okay.
we share equipment between the two venues. So,
Yep.
but yeah, it is what it is.
It serves its purpose, right?
But
Yep.
it's not as tidy as mine at home.
Oh, right.
But anyway,
No shed 22 in here,
No,
really.
no shed 22 in here. So.
Yeah, cool. Hey, awesome. Another shed we've seen, different to what we would usually do. But shall we? I'll hand over to Glenn, and he can have a chat about all the different toys
maybe through the
throughout the
workshop
place.
and-
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, when you come this way, Glenn, we'll head into the workshop, and
Okay, mate.
we can get Wayne, who can have a wee chase of us, and just kind of got a couple of batteries that are charging up, and a bit of a workshop in here.
Got the tools.
Got the tools and all sorts of bits and pieces. So this actually used to be the old smoko room. She was a bit of she was tiny.
She was cosy.
She was very cosy.
I see you've got these rubber hammers over there. Is that what you were detailing out there when you bash the pitch? If you have to come and
We
sort
use
out
those
some
for
footprints?
taking out samples. We actually do use, if we're going to do any panel beating, the pitch is done with a sledgehammer. And then got a few officers through here, and I need to bring in here and show you the old classic Crusaders flag, boys.
Oh dear, what's that doing here?
KJ's office. How good, eh? How good. How good.
Rectify that and bring
So,
it
yeah,
over.
but not a bad view
Move
though,
on
to be
over.
fair. You know, reckon you could work here, Glenn?
I think it'd be right. Yeah.
So yeah, so this
It's a nice outlook, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's in beautiful condition out there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
Fantastic.
pretty lucky, eh? So,
Cool.
yeah. Oh, and we'll note that there is an umbrella here with some
Beautiful. Lovely branding there.
trophy from the Kaipaki first Turfies annual cup that we play for. So you couple of they call it the old broken bats, but that's
Brilliant.
and the boys in our office
Fantastic.
are doing timesheets and bits and pieces. So no, there's always plenty places to hang stuff, which is cool. And should we go look at some? Should we go look at some of the gear out here, Glenn?
Yeah, I was quite curious about this thing that we spotted over here. I'm guessing the name suggests what it is. A super sopper.
Looks like the old Flintstone machine, doesn't it?
Fantastic. Look at all this.
You
Nice
know what
big
it is? This is
foamy
for
bit to soak up the water.
whenever we do get downpours or areas where it get rid of a large amount of water. So we drive this slowly over,
Yep.
and we've just got new foams on the drums, and they'll soak up the water, and we can pump it off the ground. And so yeah, to be honest, don't like using it
No.
because it's rained a lot. But
So it's good when this is unemployed.
correct. So yeah, but we do have to. If you've got lots of other kit, obviously rollers and mowers and bits and pieces that we have here, and yeah, so there's all sorts of stuff that we use,
Fantastic.
little bits and pieces. You know, our rollers, we're using a 3-ton Pacific cricket rollers, which actually come out of Perth. So they've made a bit of a difference with
Nice.
with our wickets and stuff. So because we do also have a practice area there where when we have an international game on, we have to prepare 3 pitches out there.
Just out the back of your I saw
out
that.
the back in the net.
Yep.
So any time we have a game, we're not preparing one pitch in the middle.
Yeah.
It's international wise is 4.
So you're practicing as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Cool.
Get a mix of Wayne, get in here.
Hey guys, no pressure. You're just going to be on YouTube and stuff. Woohoo! You'd be used to it, wouldn't you? Working here.
You better check out whether or not the boys are eating healthy. We do, quite interesting, Glenn.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got the cricket going here, the test match.
Absolutely. What are we at the moment? We're England's 10 for nothing. Or was it 10 for... Well, that'll change hopefully quickly.
Yeah. So we do like to see the pitch reports from other venues because you take a lot of interest in what your peers do and how they do things, and all the turfies around New Zealand are really close. So
You've got a pretty tight network.
Yeah. So I spoke to Hagen a couple of days ago around how he's getting on, and the boys down in Hagley, spoke to them before their test match. So yeah, there's not many of us that do what we do. So
Yeah.
you know, and to be fair,
Unique.
yeah, there's a fair bit of pressure that goes on. So you know, massive hours, and
Yeah.
you know, it's our families that miss out when we're always here. So we do just try to
I can imagine.
make sure that we're there
Yeah,
for our mates, look after each other.
You get a few sleepless nights next week, say so Wednesday, Thursday, you start getting a little bit sort of twitchy.
Looking after this bunch, there's lots of sleepless nights.
I was meeting more out
Oh,
there,
yeah,
but okay.
Oh, look, there'll be a fair bit of pressure going on.
Yeah.
And you know, while at the moment this is on at the base and as soon as the last ball's bowled, the focus goes on here. So we're sort of, you know, we're quite aware of that. But we can't wait, mate. It's exciting.
Nah, we're excited. Can't wait.
We do, eh?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. We'll be here, mate, next Saturday. So it's all good, and it'll be a decider.
So KJ, this is the spot, isn't it? We're on the bank.
Geez, I've never sat here. I've always in there. I would love to be a punter, come along and have a quiet little Fanta and a nice bit of food out of the out of the food stores. But no, this is actually not a bad spot.
For sure, it's a good spot. 14th, so in about just over a week's time, get down here. It's going to be an epic match. So yeah, thanks KJ for your time. It's been epic to see the place. Yeah, see you around, mate. Good
It's
luck.
wonderful to have you guys here, and I look forward to seeing you come and sit in this spot, enjoy your day at cricket, and let's see a fantastic victory for the Black Caps, eh?
For sure, let's go. Cheers, guys.